Anyway, I've had a big anniversary recently. Just hit 7 years. 7 years with stand-up comedy. Thank you. It has been the most toxic and abusive relationship of my life. It's not good. I have gained very little success and even less money from stand-up comedy. But I have gained some lessons, some wisdom, which I'd like to share. The first lesson I learned in stand-up comedy is that if you want to succeed as a comic, under no circumstances should you ever be a woman. So I stopped. Then I learned my next lesson, which was if you want to succeed in stand-up comedy, under no circumstances should you ever be transgender. They like that less, actually. I thought when I transitioned I would be like one of the guys, but now they kind of just think I'm like an unfuckable girl. Unfortunately, I did already cut my tits off, and I am halfway to a 13-year-old's mustache, so it's a little bit late on that choice. Just to be clear, I did not transition in order to get ahead in stand-up comedy. That would be crazy. Obviously, I transitioned in order to get ahead in men's sports. I'm a boxer now. That joke relies on me just looking weak. I'm dating a vegan. That's another one of my identities. I'm dating a vegan. It's hard to date a vegan because I can never bring them to stand-up shows. Because vegans are definitely like the second most hated group among stand-up comics. Very closely trailing behind people with pronouns. Our people hate them. They hate they, them. I'm ashamed to say that I too used to make fun of vegans. And I used to make fun of trans people. But then, we grow, we change, we transition our genders, and we realize that we shouldn't be shitting on they thems if we too are they and them. And so I've been trying to put myself in the shoes of vegans and be a little bit more empathetic. And I realize that vegans actually aren't so different from us trans folks if you really think about it. Vegans are people too, you ever think about that? That's crazy. No, but really, what is a vegan if not an herbivore trapped in an omnivore's body? We get that. We do. We get that. Trying to be empathetic. I'm a polyamorous person.
Woo!
Being poly is interesting because everybody thinks you have this cool, sexy life. You guys don't think that. You guys are like, we're all managing a Google Calendar. It's not like that, yeah. I have 2 partners, and a lot of people will ask me, are all 3 of you dating each other? And the answer is no. We're all cool with each other, it's all above board. But in reality, I can't get my 2 partners to even play an awkward round of Mario Kart together, let alone fuck each other. It's very intense. And I'll be honest, being poly is not an intuitive thing. It's not easy to be poly in a world where socially you're taught every single thing on earth teaches you how to be monogamous. Every song, every movie, every book teaches you how to be monogamous. And, there's no guidebook for how to be polyamorous. There is one, actually. There's one guidebook. It's called Polysecure. It's written by Jessica Fern. And when my partner and I transitioned from being monogamous to polyamorous, we did download Polysecure on audiobook, narrated by Jessica Fern herself. And let me tell you, listening to this book narrated by the author is surreal. It's kind of like listening to the Bible narrated by God. It's very authoritative, and is not up to your scrutiny. So anytime we would have a disagreement, we would immediately refer back to the book. We'd be like, actually, I think if you'll refer to chapter 3, section 2 of Polysecure, you'll realize it was actually really fucked up of you to purchase filet mignon for your date with our shared food stamps. That was me. I did do that. In my defense, a man cannot survive on pussy alone. You must also have the finest cut of beef. Good thing I'm dating a vegan. I know what you're thinking. Wow, Emery, you are really good at polyamory. And yeah, you're right, I am. I'm great at it. And the reason is I'm a great communicator. And that's because I've been in therapy for over half of my life. Okay, no need to applaud, that's fine. Just spent tens of thousands of dollars. No, you don't mean it. Come on, it doesn't feel right now. Anyway, I've been in therapy for so long, I don't remember a time before therapy. I've been in therapy for so long that when my parents thought I was texting my crush, I was actually just emailing Renee about my next appointment. Let me put it this way, I've been in therapy for so long that when I had sex with my boyfriend for the first time as a teenager, I touched his body and I said, "Now where do you feel this in your body?" These are just increasingly niche yo mama jokes. This is gonna go on. I've been in therapy for so long that when I go out to dinner with my partner and we split the bill, I don't call that fair, I call that a copay. And if they're having a bad week, maybe I need to make up some of the cash on that bill. I call that sliding scale. This is the last one, I promise. I've been in therapy for so long that, to me, 1 hour is just 50 minutes. And I keep getting fired from jobs because they're like, come in for an 8-hour shift. And that means 6 hours and 40 minutes to me.